how do you sum up Survivor? I mean, it's highs and lows. It goes like 1 minute you're on top of the world, 2 minutes later, you know, you're sitting on a beach trying to figure out what the hell happened to you. This game, you know, changes at a moment's notice, and you have to be ready. And you keep it knocked down, you're able to pick yourself up until you're voted out, and then it's a different sort of picking yourself back up sort of deal. But you know, it's one of those once in a lifetime things that I got to do twice, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. As far as highs and lows goes, mine came in pretty rapid succession. One tribal, I get to whip out like every immunity idol possible to vote off, you know, Philip Shepard from season 22, Redemption Island. And I wouldn't say fulfilling, but just one of the happiest moments of my life was him lumbering off the tribal council. And then, you know, just a couple days later, I'm getting voted out because I paid, you know, $480 for an idol clue that I couldn't find. So, you know, it was the best of times and it's the worst of times out here. It's a crazy game like that. And overall, the experience was positive, even though there wasn't the same sort of control and it didn't go the way I wanted. But my highest moment definitely was getting to boot out Philip in such extraordinary fashion. I did this twice and I'm still not burnt out. I'm a lifelong fan of this show, and the game, you know, is still sacred to me. I would do this again if I was asked tomorrow to come out and play again. I'd be right back in it. I've always tried to look at it as a game from an outsider's perspective. When you watch it at home, that's the way you see it. You don't get as emotionally connected as you do when you're out here. But I think I did a good job detaching myself emotionally and seeing it for being a game. And as a competitor and just the way I was raised, I want to win the freaking game. And now doing it twice and not having won, there's still like a part of me that needs to be back out here to do this thing again and get the job done. To do it twice and do it relatively well, it's not nearly enough for me. There's still always going to be these like questions in the back of my head. Oh, what if I'd done this? What if I'd done that? And if I were to get another shot tomorrow, I'd be right back out here starving and bitching and moaning and trying to do my best to get to the end of this game. You know, post-merge, everything went to hell for me. I always knew I wasn't going to sit back and, you know, accept the roles that Philip and Stealthar Us were going to, you know, apply to me. And I had all these grand plans to take control of the game and flip everything up. Post-merge, Corinne, my ally, goes. The next time I still try to force the move. Now I'm out of the closet as a betrayer, or as the dissenter in the ranks. And at that point, all the cards were on the table, and I had to play desperately. I managed to land a haymaker before I went on Philip, but still there was really no recovering from that. Maybe a little bit more patience right there helps me. Maybe waiting a little bit longer, as I was so loath to do, might have gotten me farther and gotten me to a better position where I then could have made a move to get to the end of this game. But, you know, right at the merge is when everything started to go wrong. And yeah, once everyone knew that I was the guy trying to take control and saw me for my true colors, when I tried to flip things up, I didn't have much of a shot. If I changed it all from Survivors, I might have learned, you do learn things about yourself, as you would in any game. Like, you learn things about yourself growing up playing sports or, you know, playing cards with people. You learn that maybe you're not the best liar, maybe you're not the greatest athlete, things like that. I think I learned a little bit of humility. I really thought I was just gonna come out here and mow over everybody and win this game. Twice I thought that. Even the second time, after having just lost and coming in fourth, I thought, oh, well, that was a fluke. This time I've got it for sure. So maybe there's a little humility there now. Survivor taught me I'm not all that my ego thought I was going into it. You know, the hardest part of this game isn't the survival aspect. Starving is just mental toughness. Getting beat up, dealing with the elements, that's just, you know, that's inside your own head. The hardest part's dealing with other people's heads and the people who can't handle the survival aspects and the paranoia that goes through that, and having to read other people, when to trust, when not to trust, you know, who to get rid of. Really, all the social aspects of this game are what's the most difficult for mine. When you're sitting there having to listen to somebody talk for days on end, when this is somebody you wouldn't deal with in your real life at all. There's people out there right now, if like you sat down and had a drink with them, you'd stand up 5 minutes later and like, never speak to them again. Well, then out here, you have to deal with them for over a month to get to the end of this game, and that's how it works. And that's the hardest part for me, is dealing with the people that you would never interact with in your everyday life. It's a very cool part of the experience. It puts you in situations that you would never face back in the real world, but it also make you rip out your hair sometimes, having to listen to the stories these people tell. This was always just a game. I came out here to play it as hard as possible. I got behind early this time around. I threw a couple haymakers. I took some risks. I got lucky that I got to land a punch before I went, but then I rolled the dice one too many times and got the boot, but that's the way it works. And I really wouldn't, change a thing if I had another try at it. I'd still play it hard. I'd still play it to win, and I wouldn't play, like some of the livestock still out there who are just, following the leader, hoping they don't get slaughtered till the end.